What does it truly mean to prepare for the future while still being haunted by the past? For Khloé Kardashian, the question is not just personal, it's deeply emotional, raw, and undeniably dramatic. In a world where fame magnifies every intimate choice, Khloé Kardashian has decided to open up about one of the most vulnerable journeys any woman can face, freezing her eggs. Yet, as she shares her truth, another layer of complexity rises to the surface: the ongoing uncertainty surrounding her future with Tristan Thompson. Is it a story of hope, resilience, and new beginnings? Or a reflection of heartbreak and doubt wrapped inside the fragile promise of tomorrow? The air feels heavy as Khloé Kardashian sits under the bright studio lights, her voice calm yet trembling at the edges. She has faced cameras her entire life, but this moment feels different. There's no luxury handbag to showcase, no makeup line to promote, no perfectly curated Instagram post to present. Instead, what unfolds is something painfully human. She begins to speak not just as a Kardashian, not just as a public figure, but as a woman standing at the crossroads of biology, love, and destiny. Her decision to freeze her eggs is more than a medical choice, it is a statement of survival. A determination to hold on to control in a life where so much has been dictated by headlines and heartbreak. Khloé Kardashian explains the process with a kind of quiet strength, describing the clinic visits, the hormone injections, the moments of doubt. There's no glamour in those early mornings, no paparazzi-ready outfit, just the sterile hum of hospital machines and the silent prayers whispered between appointments. For a woman whose life has been played out like a reality show, this process carries a weight that no television script could ever capture. It's real. It's unfiltered. It's a step toward preserving the possibility of motherhood on her own terms, but freezing her eggs isn't just about biology. It's about time. It's about ensuring that when the world's chaos finally quiets, when relationships stabilize or shatter, when she is ready, Khloé Kardashian will not be at the mercy of age or circumstance. "I wanted to take control of my future," she confesses softly, her eyes darting to the floor before meeting the camera again. Those words echo with both power and vulnerability, because behind them lies another truth, the lingering question of Tristan Thompson. Their relationship has been dissected endlessly by tabloids, debated by fans, and scrutinized by critics. Cheating scandals, public apologies, and attempts at reconciliation have all painted a love story marred by betrayal and longing. Yet, as Khloé Kardashian opens up about her future, she does not shy away from acknowledging the shadow Tristan Thompson still casts. Can a woman truly move forward with confidence if her heart remains tethered to uncertainty? Can frozen eggs promise a stable future if the foundation of love itself remains unstable? The documentary lens lingers on her face as she recounts the storm of emotions. There is no anger in her tone, but rather a quiet resignation, a recognition of the complexities of love. Tristan Thompson is not just her ex-partner, he is the father of her daughter, a presence permanently woven into her life's fabric. And so, every decision about tomorrow inevitably circles back to him. When she speaks of the future, it is impossible not to hear his name silently attached to it. Hovering like an unfinished sentence, the idea of freezing eggs becomes symbolic heron act of preservation, not just of fertility, but of possibility. It is as if Khloé Kardashian is freezing time itself, storing away hope for a future where love does not disappoint her, where motherhood is not dictated by heartbreak, and where she is free to choose what tomorrow looks like without the ticking clock of biology pressing against her chest. The audience, listening, cannot help but feel both admiration and sadness. This is a woman with power, wealth, and fame, yet in the most human of struggles she is no different than millions of women around the world. The script slows, leaning into the weight of the moment. The camera pans across childhood photos, flashes of keeping up with the Kardashians, and candid glimpses of Khloé Kardashian with her daughter. The juxtaposition is deliberate, the public spectacle of her family's fame against the private ache of her current reality. The narrator's voice grows softer, reflective, almost like a whisper, pulling us deeper into her emotional world. She is a woman caught between past betrayals and future dreams, between the choice of waiting for love to be certain and the choice of preparing for motherhood regardless of it. Tristan Thompson's name enters again, not as a villain, but as a complication. His presence looms in the spaces between her words, in the subtle pauses that stretch longer than they should. There is no denying the chemistry, no erasing the history. And yet, the cracks in trust remain visible, etched permanently into the walls of their relationship. Khloé Kardashian admits, in moments both candid and painful, that the future with Tristan Thompson is uncertain. One day, there may be reconciliation. Another day, there may be finality. For now, it is suspended like the eggs she has chosen to preserve in limbo. The documentary-style narrative cuts between interviews with medical professionals explaining the egg freezing process and footage of Khloé Kardashian navigating her daily life. But even in these moments of normalcy, the tension lingers. Every smile feels slightly weighted, every laugh layered with the echo of unspoken fears. Viewers are reminded that this is not just a story about science, it is a story about love, about trust, about the battle between biology and emotion. What does it mean to plan for children when the question of partnership remains unresolved? For Khloé Kardashian, this question is at the center of her journey. She acknowledges it openly, refusing to shy away from the complexities. "I don't know what my future looks like with Tristan," she admits. "But I know I want to give myself options. I don't want to wake up one day and realize it's too late." Those words hang in the air. Heavy with both sorrow and determination, the narrative then broadens, connecting Khloé Kardashian's story to a universal theme. Around the world, countless women face similar choices, often without the financial ease or medical access that celebrities have. The decision to freeze eggs is, at its core, an attempt to wrestle with timeless struggle as old as humanity itself. For Khloé, the cameras may amplify the drama, but the decision remains achingly human. As the documentary continues, the audience sees glimpses of Tristan Thompson's holding their daughter caught in moments of tenderness. The contrast is striking. A man who clearly plays a role in her life, yet whose presence also symbolizes pain. Khloé Kardashian's dilemma becomes even more poignant in these moments. Is the future one where forgiveness takes root, where the love story is rewritten in brighter ink? Or is the future one where she builds her life independently, her frozen eggs a symbol of resilience rather than reliance? The narrator's voice sharpens, delivering the core message. This is not simply the story of Khloé Kardashian freezing her eggs. This is the story of a woman daring to confront uncertainty. A woman refusing to let betrayal dictate her destiny. A woman learning that sometimes the strongest choice is not about holding on, but about preparing to let go. By the final act, the tone shifts. There is no neat resolution, no Hollywood ending. Khloé Kardashian does not claim to know the answers, and that honesty becomes the most powerful revelation of all. The future with Tristan Thompson remains unwritten. The eggs remain frozen, untouched, waiting, and Khloé herself remains suspended in a moment between past wounds and future dreams. The closing sequence draws the audience into silence. Her voice is soft, steady now, no longer trembling. She speaks not as a reality star, not as the daughter of Kris Jenner, not as the sister of Kim, Kourtney, or Kylie, but as Khloé, a woman standing on the edge of possibility. "I don't know what will happen with Tristan. I don't know what my future looks like, but I know I'm strong enough to face it. Whatever it is, that's why I froze my eggs. That's why I keep moving forward. Because hope doesn't have to be certain, it just has to exist." The screen fades to black. The story of Khloé Kardashian freezing her eggs, of questioning her future with Tristan Thompson, of daring to prepare for tomorrow even when today feels uncertain, becomes a reminder for all who watch. A reminder that strength is not about having all the answers, but about facing life's questions with unshakable courage. And so the documentary ends not with finality, but with an invitation to reflect, to ask ourselves, if tomorrow were uncertain, what would we do to preserve hope today?